Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another weekly roundup with Immutable Holdings, where we cover the latest developments happening within the broader digital asset ecosystem and also talk about ourselves, Immutable Holdings. My name is Billy Baxter. I'm the head of corporate development and operations.
And I'm Jordan Freed, Chairman and CEO.
Awesome. Well, hey, Jordan.
Hey,
Just as
Billy.
we filmed our last weekly roundup, which was kind of kicked off 2023, we've seen some really good signals coming out from the markets this past week. If I go to Coin Market Cap, CoinGecko, I'm seeing a sea of green with all digital assets relatively up this past week. So not sure if this is just a temporary thing, given some events that happened in macro or also some things that happened specifically within digital asset space. But seems to me like a pretty good signal as we kind of start off 2023. Just curious what your perspectives are. And, I guess this is kind of like a follow-up in regards to what we were talking about last week in regards to 2023 and the outlook that we have.
Yeah, listen, it's great to see. I don't know how you can't get excited about this relief rally. We were hammered and hammered all of 2022. It was, bad news after the next. It was the year of the collapse of Luna. It was the collapse of Voyager. It was the collapse of Celsius. We ended the year with not just FTX, but also Gemini Earn, of course, Three Arrows Capital. 2022 was a hard year. Everybody that's still working and waking up every day working productively in crypto, pat yourself on the back. You made it through what is likely the hardest part of what this cycle is going to bring. And we're here to build. So a little relief rally, it's welcome by everybody. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't want to be the damper on the goodness that's happening in the market. But listen, Billy, it's great for us getting ready to put NFT.com into a public beta step. It's great for us to see NFT volumes more than double what they were just 2 weeks ago. I think we bottomed this past cycle at around 8 or 9,000 daily buyers of NFTs, down from where we used to have over 100,000, a couple 100,000 some days, daily active buyers and sellers of NFTs. Now we're back to 20,000-ish. So that's really great to see exuberance and volume come back. New NFT collections. One just dropped and is over 1,000 ETH in volume, which is over $1 million US. And it's exciting to see that. So good signs that good signs of that maybe the worst is behind us. That's not to say it doesn't, we don't see future dips. That's just everybody needs to be reassured that crypto is here to stay, that NFTs are here to stay, regulations coming, new infrastructure's coming, and we're going to learn from the mistakes that led us to that catastrophic 2022. But 2023 is a year about, learning from those lessons and building back from all of that.
No doubt. I guess also to kind of like follow up on that, basically what is known is kind of known now in the market. Or I guess what was previously unknown is relatively known in the market, which is probably helping to provide some confidence there. We've all seen this past week, the exchanges going back and forth between DCG, Genesis, and also like Gemini in regards to what's happening there. And then not to say that this is the main driver this past week, but obviously a good sign of, or basically some good news that came out was a couple of days ago, the bankruptcy court, or specifically the team that's in charge of FTX now, was able to report that they were able to, or basically they were able to recover about 5 billion in assets, or they're able to account for that. So that's obviously a good signal to any of the creditors, in the FTX like bankruptcy, where at least some funds, or they can anticipate some funds to come in. So some good signals there, but to your point, you know, this could just be a temporary relief rally. There's obviously a long road ahead for the rest of 2023, but good signals. And then
100%.
and then also we were talking about NFTs. It's nice to see the market pick up again. Not only are we, up on the week, but also up over the past like 30 days. So clearly there's some good signals happening on that front.
We don't often talk about, let's say, the price action on our own stock. Of course, we reject the valuation that the market's assigned to it. I think in periods like the one that we're going through, the market wrongfully values certain assets. The market is irrational in either direction. There's either irrational exuberance or irrational flight to safety. And I think in this particular correction, there's a massive dislocation. There's tremendous buying opportunities out there in the equities markets. And actually, we were able to print yesterday, Billy. I believe it was yesterday. It was either Thursday or Friday this week, but it was the 11th or 12th of January. We were able to print our highest ever volume day on the stock, where we had just over 700,000 shares traded on the day. The previous high was in 2021 on 500,000 shares. So, I'm excited to be able to build up liquidity and make, really Immutable Holdings shares a currency. We're working on, of course, bringing that to additional markets outside of just the NEO. We are on the pink in the US now on under the ticker IHLDF. And then in Canada, under the ticker HOLD, of course, there's a mirror listed symbol in Frankfurt as well, which you can find on our website. But it's important for us that as we continue to build, that more and more people know who we are, what we're building, and then are able to access equity exposure in the company. The good news in why we're doing videos like this is we want to communicate to all of you listening out there on YouTube or whatever platform you may be consuming this on, that we are here to stay. That 2022 was difficult and 2023 is largely going to be a difficult year of building, but that we've got the resources, we've got the team. And Billy, I'm excited to look back on videos like this in 2024 and 2025 and look back with pride that, we kept our heads down. We knuckled down. We cut costs where we needed to cut costs. We prepped the team, and we built a real product, and we built a company. Building a company is hard for entrepreneurs out there listening. Building it during a macroeconomic period like the one we're going through is arguably so much more harder. So, I've got a chip on my shoulder. I think the people that know me the best know that, and I'm excited to prove to everybody, because there's some naysayers out there. I'm excited to prove to everybody that didn't think we could do it. It's one thing to do it in a bull market. It's a totally different thing to do it in a bear market. And I'm excited to prove this market that this valuation right here on Immutable Holdings is way off base, and that they've missed the true vision and the true story behind what we're building.
Well, hey, Jordan, maybe to double click on that, we can kind of shift over to some of the Immutable updates. So a couple of days ago, we shared an update, where we're at with coffee and crypto, and also where things are headed with NFT.com. Time moves fast and Immutable. So you want to maybe share some further updates in regards to coffee and crypto, and also NFT.com. And
yeah,
maybe to kick things off with coffee and crypto. Got the first episode out on the podcast.
Yeah, we're learning. This studio is new. I'm learning how to use this really beautiful Christmas tree switchboard over here. I'm really pleased. The trailer is doing well. The newsletter is now over 35,000 people. So there's been some really good growth this week. I expect, my hope is by the time we're recording the next version of this Immutable Holdings Weekly Update, Billy, we're over 40,000 subscribers. And then we can just continue to grow from there. The important piece of this funnel that I want to show people is that welcome email on the newsletter actually has over a 54% open rate, which means more than half of the people that are subscribing open our first email that we send them. And the significance of that is we are guiding them. More than 10% of them go on to click the first links in there, which are actually guiding them today to download our podcast. But in the last recording of our Immutable Holdings Weekly Update, I talked about the synergies between coffee and crypto and NFT.com. And I just want to further zoom in on that. I think our opportunity here is, as we continue to grow this newsletter and funnel those people now into an audio format, which will be between 60 and 80 minutes per episode. We're going to upload every Monday and every Thursday. There's so much happening in crypto. If we need to change that format, we will. But we're going to start with that Monday and Thursday, so 2 a week. The audio as a format has a really amazing effect in that when you have someone listening to your voice for about 60 to 80 minutes, and they welcome you into, their morning commute, be that on public transport or in their car or during a workout. The effect that ends up having is it builds that trusting relationship. And our goal is to build that trust and to build that relationship with as many people as possible, including with these Immutable Holdings updates. We want to just scale the story, and content compounds. So the goal with the newsletter is to get as many people on that newsletter, to funnel them through to the audio and video format on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcast, Coffee and Crypto. And then to have those people end up becoming users of, hopefully, NFT.com in the future. So that's that update. Look for that for, the first couple episodes. Excuse us if they're a little bit choppy. We're still getting used to, how we pass the mic, amongst each other, between topics, going through the topics. But we're going to continue to upload the content. Again, content compounds. So it's important for us to just keep getting these out there, and we'll get better and better. If you've got feedback, please leave it. And then on the NFT.com side, we just had, Billy, we got off a great all hands with the team this morning. It's amazing to, have everyone on webcam and to see people and to be able to talk about what's happening. We had Joey from our DevOps team just walk us through our new discovery features. So we've got a really robust search capability, which is super important because there's over 9 million NFTs already indexed on NFT.com. The filtering looks really good. You can now filter and search through OpenSea, LooksRare, and X2Y2, and that's exciting. I'm really excited for the full-blown trading on NFT.com's native marketplace, as well as being able to use NFT.com to trade actively on those 3 other platforms that I mentioned. All of this, of course, is culminating. We're now likely weeks away from I would say, just to manage market expectations, I would say 6 to 8 weeks away from what we hope to be our public beta. So it'll definitely be in this quarter, in Q1. And public beta just means that we're no longer restricting access to NFT.com just to the folks that bought those Genesis keys. For those listening, that's where we generated $7 million US in proceeds. It'll be now for the public, where the public can come and use NFT.com. The public can come and get profiles. Up until this point, the only people who have been able to mint new profiles have been Genesis key holders, and then profiles could only be purchased up until this point on secondary. Now the public can go and mint a new profile, and that's amazing. I think we're going to see a lot of excitement around that. So a lot to look forward to.
Another thing to maybe look forward to is welcoming more people into our community, because I think that's one of the big kind of like learnings that we've had, and also a thing that we've been excited for is just the community that's been built through the Genesis key holders. And then now going into public beta, we're going to welcome profile holders and have a much larger community. And with that engagement, I'm really excited to see what's going to come out of NFT.com come the public beta.
Same here. It's going to be an exciting year. And as we get NFT.com live, again, having agency, as we discussed, Billy, over one of our marketing channels, and then prioritizing other marketing channels like organic growth and like search engine optimization. It's a year of building and growth, and growth in all directions. So it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully every single week that we record this, we can continue to report on that growth.
And also on that note too, I guess just for our audience here, over the next couple of weeks or so, there'll be further communications being put out there, both on the NFT.com front and also Immutable Holdings. So really looking forward to kind of keeping you guys updated in many different aspects of what's going to be happening with our products and also with the company. So be on the lookout for that. Well, hey, Jordan, I think we'll maybe keep it brief this week. Just as always, before we wrap up, anything you any final comments or?
Yeah, thanks again. If you're listening, thanks for your continued support. Make sure you're subscribed to be notified when these updates are put out on immutableholdings.com to the mailing list. You can find the box to enter your email, as well as on NFT.com. Make sure you're subscribed to that list. Our first big update is going to go out now to over 80,000 people that are subscribed to that NFT.com list. So we're really excited to continue to grow that community beyond just our private holders of Genesis keys. So stay tuned, and thanks again for your support, especially those of you that are shareholders out there.
Thank you all, and look forward to speaking with you again next week.